everyone, welcome back to Back in Diapers. Pardon the bird squawking in the background, he's just rather noisy today. Today we're going to talk about the Super Dry Kids version 2. I know these have been out for a very long time, but I have not had a chance until fairly recently to give them a try. So we're going to talk a little bit about that, and then we're also going to talk about the new ABU tapes in general. All right, so they look pretty much the exact same as they always have, with maybe a teeny bit more thickness. But it is a replica of the Pampers from, I think, early 90s, early 80s. I do remember actually the Pampers version of this. When I was a kid, we used to buy, diapers for our dolls or use diapers that were around the house, and I know that we had almost the exact same thing as this. So that's kind of cool. If you're really into the nostalgia of the vintage diapers, these are fantastic. But yeah, let's talk about the Super Dry Kids. So I have been using these for almost like 3 weeks. I got a case of these, and just because they were basically the only thing that ABU had in stock in my size at the time, and I was running out of diapers, so something is better than nothing. I have been fairly impressed with these diapers overall. They definitely absorb more than they used to. They used to be kind of the one and done type diaper. So if you remember back when ABU was under the other company, they had the Cushies and the Super Dry Kids mainly, and they were very thin. They really only held one large wetting, several small ones if you're not me, but one large wetting. I had a lot of issues with them actually. And so when they came back a little more absorbent, I was kind of excited about that. And they truly do seem to hold, definitely a bit more. I can get several wettings into this. Several. I would say 3 is probably the max, depending on how big they are. But one benefit to this type of diaper, to a smaller diaper, is for me, when I'm at work, I am moving around constantly. I am running back and forth, doing things, climbing ladders, and something like the ABU Simple tends to actually really chafe, because I get sweaty and it sticks and it chafes in between, like on my inner thighs or something like that. So having something a little thinner actually is a benefit, because I don't get that at all. When I first started working, I was using these and I switched to cloth for at work, and then when I went back, it started again. So when I got these, I decided to give them a shot because I was tired of wearing cloth and washing them all the time. So I was thoroughly impressed with the fact that these were thin enough that they didn't chafe. And so I really like that aspect of it. So if you're new to the ABU diapers, the Super Dry Kids and the Cushies line are a 1 tape or 2 tape diaper system. So basically tape system. Basically what that means, instead of having 2 on a side, it has 1. The main downside I see to this is the fact that, there's only this much of the wing that's being taped down. So these kind of tend to flap in the breeze, and so does the front a little bit. So that's the main downside I see to that. The other downside is when you're only using 1 tape, it can't hold up as much weight, so it's not as absorbent. These tapes, though, are actually pretty good. I know that ABU has recently come out with their tape lock system, and those tapes are transparent. Of all my boyfriend has gotten diapers from ABU, and he has had the new tapes. I, however, have never gotten any of the new tapes yet, and I'm not sure if that's just because my size is not as common and they haven't used up the old ones, but either way, it's kind of like I've been expecting to try the new tapes every time I order, and the last 3 to 4 orders, and I haven't gotten them. And it's actually kind of been a little frustrating, because on the Simples, the tapes are not that great. They kind of tend to work on the 2 tape because there's just not as much of it to worry about. and they do okay. I can untape these probably 2 times, maybe 3 times. And when I go to the bathroom on the toilet, I only untape one side, pull it down, and then tape it back up. And then if I have to go to the bathroom again, I undo the other side. So technically, I can get a few more out of it because I'm not untaping every single one. I'm just untaping one each time. So I can get a little bit of time out of it by doing that. As you can see, this is a landing zone here, which makes the tapes refastenable. They are not a second chance tape, the ones with the blue underneath and all that, but they are redoable because the landing zone. And this particular landing zone is not stuck down all the way. One thing I find with landing zone diapers, this is a pet peeve of mine, is that you have about 6 inches here where there's nothing. So they could extend that another 3 to 4 inches, and you'd have a diaper that fits a wider variety of people. For me, if the large extended out to that point, and I would be able to fit in the large, but I can't because the landing zone does not extend out all the way. And that's just something that I found in every single landing zone diaper, is that the landing zone is like, there's so much extra here, and I feel like they should extend it a little bit because you really don't need that much wing underneath the back wing. So that's the main thing. That's just a little pet peeve of mine. But as you can see, the front wing, if I can show this here, the front wing is several inches shorter than the back wing. That I find kind of annoying because sometimes the front wing gets lost inside and it's hard to straighten it and everything like that. So I think it would be good if diapers would just have the same size wing. On my cloth diapers, the front and the back wings are the same size, on the ends at least. So I think that would be a good plan. I'm not sure, but whatever. ABU's diapers honestly have never really truly disappoint me. They have some of the strongest leak guards ever. They have a very nice, if you can see this, you see this little pattern here? That's basically where the fabric has been folded down and then it's been sealed so that it doesn't open back up. This is a benefit when you are wearing diapers and have cream on, because the cream will break this down. It will break down the usual glue that holds in the elastic here. So having it double sealed actually really helps in keeping the leak guards from breaking down. And I actually really, really love the ABU leak guards. They're nice and tall. They're decent. The fabric that they're made out of is very decent. It's actually almost like my interfacing I use for my sewing, which makes me kind of laugh. But I like it a lot. And ABU's leak guards or leg gathers are always really good. In this particular diaper, they have a 4 elastic leak guard or leg gather, so that makes it nice and tight around the legs. And as you can see, the padding in the back goes pretty decently to the top. It's actually only about an inch below the waistband. And in the back, the waistband, it's very interesting. I think this is reminiscent of the Pampers themselves, but the back waistband starts about an inch down. And I actually really like that because it helps cinch it in a really nice way, and it's a super strong elastic waistband. But the padding does go nice and wide. In the front, it does not go up that high. I guess it's really is the same. It just seems like it's much shorter. But that is what the front looks like, and then it's inside, it's all white. I would say that right now, feeling this diaper, it feels honestly almost a little bit thicker than the My Diaper that I reviewed last week. And it feels a little bit thicker, and I would say they're really close to the same absorbency. But I feel like ABUs wick better. They kind of hold it in the right place. I have a little bit of an issue with the Super Dry Kids where it only wets in the front. But that's kind of being a girl, I guess, and it does wick toward the back a little bit. All in all, these are a pretty decent daytime diaper. If you're playing around, during little time, it's nice to have them. Quick note is, when I was talking about the tapes, say these are not transparent at all. They are the white tape. So I have been really disappointed in that lately, and seriously would love to try the tape lock, because I have had tapes similar to that on the Tykables before, and they were fantastic. So if I ever get a chance to try the tape locks, I will be happy. But that's pretty cool. So that's kind of the difference in size between the Super Dry Kids and the Simples. And it doesn't necessarily look that much thicker, but it really is a lot thicker, especially once you get it on and it's all fluffed up. Anyway, guys, that's my little rant on things from ABU. So I want to thank you guys so much for watching. And if you're new to my channel, be sure to hit the subscribe button, because there's lots of really cool videos coming out this month. And I'm super excited about that. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. Help spread it around the recommended portion of YouTube. And until next time, guys, I'll see you later. Bye-bye.